Hello, hello, how is it going, big dreamers? Your registered dietitian, Katie Rines, is here. I'm so excited to dive in today. What do you do when you have a bad day? I'm giving you my top 5 tips. Make sure you definitely stick it through to the end of this video. All of these tips are so essential to piece together to make sure that when those bad days come, when those negative thoughts and negative feelings come, instead of being like smacked by them and shut down,
shows, bigger bills with harder falls. I hardly fall, you often fall.
They affect you like, and you are still able to stay even keel. It's like a little bit lighter of a wave. I know that people come up to me and they're like, Katie, how are you so positive? How are you so happy? The reality is that I get sad. Honestly, sure, sometimes, yeah, we're all human. I know a lot of influencers out there, that performers out there, people who you think that have the absolute dream life, they also have pain. They also have challenges come up. They also get sad. We're all human. And sometimes on this Instagram, YouTube, virtual social media reality, we don't see every aspect. And of course, people want to share their most positive, happy self because I want to be someone for you who is able to uplift you and make you feel positive and excited and happy. I'm not going to show up on here and just like cry and cry and cry. What hasn't worked for you in the past to overcome having a bad day? So jot that down really quick. Like, you know what works for you, and here are my tips. Number 1, be kind. Be kind and gentle to ourselves, to myself, to yourself. Yeah, like I said, I want to be somebody who's consistently always positive, and I would beat myself up if I was disappointed, if I was upset, if I was sad. I'd be like, what is wrong with me? There's so much to be grateful for. I should not be feeling this way. I shouldn't be feeling angry or sad. These are not good feelings. Katie, stop feeling this way, stop feeling this way, stop feeling this way. And it would make it even worse to beat myself up and get mad at myself for having feelings. So it's like, thinking about it, like, for example, if a baby was crying, would you smack the baby across the face and say, why are you crying? Stop crying, you shouldn't be crying? Or would you hold the baby and nurture the baby and have compassion for the baby and be there and just be like, you know, it's okay, I'm here. Just let the baby have its process, you know? And this is so important to think about. Like, how would you treat your best friend? How would you treat your own child? And it's crazy how it's so much easier often, at least I can speak for myself, it's easier for me to be of service, to be of help, to be there, to be kind and gentle to others than it is for me to be kind and gentle to myself. So it's taken a lot of practice, and I'm still practicing. I've gotten so much better at loving myself and having true compassion and acceptance for myself. So first of all, yeah, let's be kind to ourselves. And that brings me to my tip number 2, pain times resistance equals suffering. So just like I said, being in resistance to this sadness is really what caused me suffering. If I just allowed myself to feel that pain and invited it in, and if I was like, okay, cool, like, I'm feeling this right now, and I observed it and mentally like cuddled and hugged these feelings and these thoughts and told myself, it's okay, I see you feelings, I feel you, you're welcome here, the suffering goes away. So I invite you to notice that. Where are you resisting feeling certain feelings? Are you resisting, and often this resistance comes up in the form of overeating, alcoholism, shopping, sex. Like, you're avoiding this pain, like you're resisting it. And the more that we resist something, the more it persists. What you resist persists, yeah? So it's like, if you're more than welcome to think about whatever you want to think about, then you probably won't think about it. But if I told you, like, don't think of a yellow Jeep, make sure you do not think of a yellow Jeep. I've had people do similar kinds of exercises like this on me, and no matter how hard I try, like, the thing that we're resisting is still gonna be bubbling in the back of my mind, like, ooh, don't think about that. And it's like a constant thing. So if we are actually allowing ourselves to experience and to feel, the suffering goes away. So if you're having a bad day, allow the feelings to come up. And although that might be scary, because that used to scare me, like, I don't want these feelings though, like, I don't want this. The thing is, the more that we're afraid of these feelings, the more power they have over us, okay? So the more that we love them, have compassion for them, be kind to them, the less power they have over us. And that not only comes to play with our own feelings and our own pain, but also when there's negative people in our lives or circumstances, you know? So the more that we are afraid of these people, the more that we're afraid of these circumstances, the more it actually does us harm than if we just accept and have compassion for these people and these situations. My tip number 3 is to look up at the sky and say, bring it on. I'm not giving up. I'm still not giving up. Thank you. So I love doing this because there's curveballs, there's things, there's challenges, there's failures that cause it to be a bad day. And you know what? Like, that is honestly so essential to recognize. Like, are we gonna let that stop us? Are we gonna let whatever comes in our way like truly get us off course? No. We can say, like, this is happening to us because we can handle it. This is happening to us so that we can practice and learn how to have compassion and love for ourselves, so that we can even further have compassion and love for others. And this is happening for us for some reason. So when I look up to the sky and say, okay, cool, like, I'm still not giving up, recognizing that a lot of things are not necessarily in our control. And when it comes to having a bad day, it truly is our own perspective, okay? So, and that brings me to number 4, which is writing yourself a thank you darkness letter. So thank you to this thing that happened that made today a bad day. So maybe someone canceled on you, maybe like something got ruined, I don't know, whatever happened to make it a bad day. How could you possibly come from the perspective to say thank you for that thing happening? So saying thank you, for example, I'm gonna say thank you for this payment that was unexpected that forced me to go into debt. Thank you for allowing me to practice knowing that my externals, what's going on outside with my finances, do not have to control how I feel on the inside and how I show up for people, okay? So what is your darkness teaching you? What is your contrast showing you? What is some kind of a space created in your life that you wish wasn't there? What is that space allowing you to cultivate, to practice, to notice? And let's say in even the darkest of times, there is certainly something that we could say thank you and choose a perspective that gives us power. Is that perspective the absolute truth, that this is happening for X, Y, and Z reason? It may not necessarily be the absolute truth, but it definitely gives us the most power to come from a perspective that these things are happening for us, not to us. And lastly, my 5th tip, so important, is to create how we want to respond, all right? So did you know that we actually get to decide, we get to choose, we get to see from a bird's eye view what's going on in our internal state and how we want to move forward throughout the day? Are we going to choose to continue to have this snowball and focus on things that are going wrong? Or are we going to change, snap out of it and create what we want to, how we want to be? How are we going to snap out of this state that we're in? And honestly, it does take, like, maybe you need to really process this. Maybe you need to go talk to somebody about this. Maybe whatever's going on that's having it be a really bad day, let it out somehow. Move your body, like, do some breath work, meditate. I would say moving your body really is helpful for me. And yeah, just focusing on, how do I want to respond to my bad days? Write that down. I want to be somebody who, yeah, I'll have bad days, but do I let them take over my life? Do I let them control me? Do I let them ruin my whole week, my whole month? Are you somebody who allows that to happen? What can we do to change? Okay, so I'm going to create that. I'm going to go dance for 5 minutes in my room. I'm going to go stretch. I'm going to go call a friend. I'm going to go, let's create how we want to respond. Okay, let's see it from a bird's eye view. Think about, what is this teaching me right now? And noticing that feeling fulfilled, feeling proud is a choice. There's nothing that needs to change. There's no point on the scale of, like, enoughness that is going to ever move for us to finally feel fulfilled. Fulfilled, that feeling exists right now, okay? You can think of a time when you have felt fulfilled. You can feel proud of yourself for something right now. So instead of beating ourselves up, instead of having a bad day, instead of consistently focusing on what is not going right and our shortcomings, I invite you to relentlessly come from the perspective that we've come a long way and there's a lot that we can be proud of, okay? So that's why with my clients in my journal, I actually have it right next to me, this You Are Amazing journal. I give to my clients in the Feed Your Power program, which if you're interested in, you can sign up for a free consultation with me in the description below. But at the top, there is a question every single day, a journal prompt, and then my clients get to write a list of what they're proud of and what they're grateful for every single day. And it's so important to do this, to really reprogram our subconscious to come from a perspective that gives us power. And that's what feeding our power is all about. Are you feeding into your fears, your insecurities, and your not enoughness and having bad days? Or are you feeding into, wow, these bad days are here to serve me. These bad days are teaching me so much. These bad days are allowing me to grow and to focus on how I can improve and to be compassionate. So I love my bad days. They teach me so much more than my good days. And good days are great too, obviously. But I noticed that I don't really have good or bad days. Like, they're just incredible days. And there's so much to be taken in from both. It's all part of this journey, this experience, and accomplishing whatever we want to accomplish. There's gonna be ups and downs, and that's okay. I hope you got a lot from this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you like it. Definitely subscribe to my channel if you've not already. Hit me up on Instagram at vitamin.katie. Take a deep breath, put your hand on your heart, and know you are so wonderful and incredible right now. There's nothing that needs to change for this day to be a little bit better, okay? Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day. I would love to hear from you. Bye.